This reading is for Aquarius, Gemini, and then Libra, in that order. It's very important that I know the order that the cards are turned the way they need to be turned because we do this neat little trick. Anyways, Aquarius, you are up first. So the way that this works is this is a general reading. That's the way all tarots work, especially on YouTube. Um, yeah, it had to be general. So this is a general reading, which means it may or may not apply to you. But this spread is unique. This is a what do they think that you think? And we always ask the question, what do they think about you? Well, we don't give a shit here at the Southern Oracles what they think about you. Maybe it's time we figured out what they think you think about them. Or in relation to them, it depends on how it all comes out. So that's what this is about to explore. That's what this spread is for. We lay the cards out to save time and also give us the time to sit with the cards and really discuss what we feel the cards are saying to us. So it's no, they love you, but they don't really, it's just, we just really get a chance to get a sense of what the cards are about. And starting with Aquarius, the way it works is this is what they think you think. This is what they, yes.
Oh, and that's what you actually
That's what you actually think. Yeah. This is what they think you feel.
And this is what you actually feel.
And this is what they think you're going to do. And this is what you're actually doing or are going to do. You know. You might be going to do, did, whatever. You know what time it is. Okay. So, Aquarius. I don't know why my leg is tingling. It's tingling. Okay. So, Aquarius.
Yeah. In your headspace, you have the Five of Pentacles.
Yeah.
Or, this is not your headspace, excuse me. What they think you're thinking is the Five of Pentacles.
Right. So, in their headspace.
So, in their headspace, really. The Devil, the King of Pentacles, and the Two of Pentacles.
Right. So, what we think that they think you're thinking. I just did it on purpose. Okay, what they think you're thinking. So, from looking at this, I think they think that in relation to them, you think that they have some type of trait, habit, or behavior that is really like that you put above them, or that they put above you.
Yeah, it's some kind of toxic behavior, and it could be anything: sex, drugs, rock and roll. For this spread, I'm particularly thinking perhaps it is drugs or some kind of addiction. It could be addiction to porn or whatever. You can be addicted to anything. Something that is not good for you. And I think what they're thinking is that you're putting that above them. Now, what you're actually thinking is the Death card. And I think what you're thinking is you want to end the situation. So you may want to end the toxic behavior, or you could just want to end the relationship so that the toxic behavior isn't affecting your partner any longer. Because with this Two of Pentacles, it tells me that the partner is thinking that you're putting this toxic behavior. If you can see the Two of Pentacles, he's juggling, but one ball is in the air and one pentacle is in his hands. So I think what they think is that you're putting this toxic behavior above them, above your relationship.
Yeah, that's what you think of them. I mean, really. It's just like you have this, whatever. We're going to give you a little context because this was a pretty interesting spread. The context almost feels like you're in a relationship with someone who has some type of drug addiction, which she talked about. Either some type of drug addiction or some really bad habit. Maybe it's that they work too much because it was next to the King of Pentacles, but they feel like this is something that you're obsessed with. This is something that you feel like that. That's not how they feel that you feel like that, right? Or that's what you're thinking, that they work too much or they are too focused on this thing, which it feels like an addiction, and I'll tell you why once we get to what they think you're going to do about it. But yeah, it's like you're holding this thing higher in a higher regard than, say, this is you here, and then this is this thing that they spend all their time, focused on. So I think in a sense y'all are in sync, but the way that you're looking at it is interesting. Whereas they think that you think that they are.
I think they're out of sync in the sense that you Either you want to end this toxic behavior.
Right. You want this behavior to change. So when we saw the death card, we did see it in its natural form where it's like, okay, this needs to stop. That's your mindset, whatever it is with this person. I think y'all are still in sync. They know that whatever it is they need to do, you think this is a problem, point blank. But what you really think, they think you think this is a problem. And it's true, you do. But what you're really saying is this needs to stop. You need to change. This needs to change, whatever this behavior or pattern is that their habit, I think. It's a habit. I just keep seeing that. A habit with this round and round and round thing.
Now,
With
it
the
could
Two
be
of Pentacles.
drinking with the
Okay.
Two of Cups beneath it.
Mm-hmm.
Could be pills because I do see a lot of
Pentacles,
pentacle
yeah.
cards.
Yeah, this person might have some type of prescription drug addiction or something.
Yeah, but I also see with the Nine of Swords, I could see that it's
Maybe pain pill addiction,
Yeah,
right? Because
pain
you
pills,
got the
yeah,
Five
that's what
of
I'm saying.
Pentacles there.
But I also see needles with the Nine of Swords.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, maybe it's some type.
it just looks like somebody's going through withdrawals. Anyways,
So, I mean, we don't know under what circumstances that you met this person, but if this is some type of relationship, maybe you discover this person has a habit, or not even discover.
if it's a drug habit,
you know, right? This person has some kind of habit. If it is a drug habit, which it comes across that it might be, you want this person to change. This has to change. The whole situation has to change.
it can also be porn because I'm looking at that devil with that two of the above the Two of Cups, and it almost looks like you're looking in on a love scene.
Mm-hmm.
So it could also be porn.
Yeah, it could be porn. Because the devil's there, you know. There's some.
Yeah,
might
but
be
do you
some
see how
porn.
the Two of Cups is like you're looking in on
Underneath it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Could be. But just to let you guys know, the Two of Pentacles came up twice. I always look at Pentacles, not so much they say juggling, and I don't think so. I think it's when you're living your life, but there are other things that you're doing in your life, and you're trying to give both equal attention. But in this card, especially this one of them is getting more of their time and energy with that rainbow above it than the other. Point
So
blank.
just two, because it was a bit convoluted. I want to say that you think that they're putting their habit above you,
Yes.
and that's the most important thing.
Yep. Yeah.
But what they're really thinking is they want to end this habit or change the way things are.
Right. If this is them. So remember with this is
Well, I guess it can go two ways.
It
'cause
can
they
go
could,
two ways.
They could want to end the relationship because you're right, the habit is more important than you are.
Or you could want to end the relationship because you see that the habit is more
That's
important. I mean, but you're here. So you've got the death card. So it's like you could be like, I'm done with this. I'm done with you putting this, this habit above me, this addiction you have, whatever it is, And the king, it could be porn. You know why? King of Pentacles has to do with 3D things. And especially right next to the devil, it could very well be like a sex addiction or something. Something very tangible. Let's just put it like that. Anyways, yeah. So this was interesting spread. So thank you guys. Thanks, Aquarius. For your heart space, or for not really your heart space, but what they think your heart space is. I think that they know.
Well, you got the Ace of Swords,
yes.
the Two of Cups, the Nine of Cups, and the Six of Swords.
Yeah. So I think with what they think you're thinking about, like what they think you feel about whatever the situation is, right? About them. I think you know that you love them, and they know that you want to be with them, but. Right, there's always a but here because the Six of Swords tells me they know that you guys love each other, but I think this is again representing the habit, this selfish thing that they're doing, and because of that, they know almost like if they don't, it's almost like that you love them, but you're clear that if they don't come out of this Nine of Cups energy, which is a selfish energy, it's about getting what you want, and that can be a good thing, and that can be a bad thing. So it's almost like they know that you want to be with them, but this is like almost like a blockage to me, like when I was looking at it. So it's like you're gonna leave. I think they know you feel like if I have to, I'll just I'm gonna walk away from this. Like I think that they know that you want to be with them strongly, but either
if it push came to shove, you'd leave.
Right, or even they know that you want to be with them, but you're gonna do it. Yeah, push came to shove, you're gonna go. You want this very strongly, but you're willing to risk it in order to find peace of mind or even your own personal happiness. Because just from the headspace, it's just like, I think they know that you're willing to leave them, even though you don't want to, right? or even, yeah, I think
Even
that's
though
what,
you love them.
yes.
And what you're actually
Or it
feeling.
could
Oh,
be, I was wondering, or they know that you're definitely going to leave them if they don't leave
you
this
just,
alone.
yeah.
That's just what, if they don't leave this behind, they are very clear as far as is in relation to them. What you're thinking is, we're done, because the Ace of Swords can also be, it can be like that sword that cuts things off. It's that beginning. It can be a challenge sword as well. So there's an understanding here. That's
But
why
with the sword in the upright, you're right. You're making the right decision. Sword in the upright to
yeah.
me is always the right
Well,
decision.
yeah, the undercurrent the cards are saying is like this would be the right thing for you
You
to kind of
do,
leave
yeah.
this person behind.
But they know what I'm saying is they know or they feel that
Right.
if they can't get it together, if they can't change the situation, that it'd even be best for you to go.
Yeah. Yeah. It might be what would be best for you with the
Yeah.
Nine of Cups there for you to leave. But you might know that too. You might know that it might be the best thing for you to go. Even though you love this person, you kind of realize, or they realize that you know that it might be best for you to just leave them alone. And I mean, in
Right,
your
because the Nine of Cups is always about your best interest.
right.
What serves you best. And
Right,
the
and it's
nines
just
are.
it's coming across so dual here. Like this is coming across as selfishness, but it could also be this is what's best for you. You know what I mean? To leave this relationship behind, because again, there's that clarity. This like you know that you may have to walk away from this person, or not even walk away. You're gonna leave. I think it's gonna be like a physical having to move. Um, Now in your heart space and how you truly feel, you feel just
Devastated.
devastated by this. This is you worrying about all of the terrible things that have happened. I would say, she said she saw it as needles. It does look like needles. Maybe just the long amount of time, or just the time spent it's taken you dealing with this. It's caused you a tremendous amount of stress, basically. So this person may have had this habit for years and years, and it's just escalated.
And for me, I'm looking, if it's a person with a habit, it looks like somebody's going through, you see this card? It looks like somebody's going through withdrawals
Mm-hmm.
to me. Yeah, she's sitting on a bed going through withdrawals. So they might try to change, and the withdrawals might be too much for them.
Yeah, I think the anxiety of thinking that they might not change, or it's just causing you a lot of stress to think that you might have to leave this person behind, even though you know that that's what either they're gonna have to change or it's done. That's your mindset.
No matter what the
Change.
behavior is,
Right.
whatever toxic thing they're engaging in.
Right. It's like either change or we're done, and it's causing your heart a lot of sadness and despair. I mean, I'm
Because
not
you
gonna
do
lie.
love this person.
Yes.
And this
You guys
person
got
loves
Two
you.
of
You
Cups.
got the Two of Cups and the Nine
Yeah.
of Cups. And you definitely, even with the devil, you have a bond together,
Yeah.
you know.
Probably been through some tough stuff.
Yeah.
Probably seen this person at their very worst. So. But the last thing that we see is what they think you're gonna do, or what they think that what they think you're gonna do. But I saw this twofold as well. For some reason, this reading, this person's energy is coming across both ways. So,
Well, I think your energies are intermingled for whatever reason.
your destinies are intertwined. Isn't that from like a line from a movie? Our destinies intertwined. It'll come to me. But so for the Eight of Pentacles, I think this is what I think they think, and we don't usually do like just a straightforward. This is what they think. I think they think that you're going to try to, if they get their life together, right? If they work on this habit, really fix whatever it is that's broken, if they set their attention to see that this attention's a little different, because this is going to be hard for them. With you see him standing on the log, he's actually juggling. He's standing on one foot while juggling. So
Yeah, and I'm hearing the phrase one day at a time or one step at a time.
one
really.
step at a time, right? That's what
Yeah.
we keep getting instances. This person is either on some type of substance or alcohol, something, okay? But it might be a substance with the King of Pentacles and not the King of Cups, okay? So it's like one day at a time, one step at a time. If they work towards, I think they think what you're going to do, if they work towards fixing themselves, getting clean, because we do see cups here, healthy, happy, then I think that you will come back. I think that's what they think you're going to do. If they can get their self together, that's just what I keep getting. If they can get themselves together,
Yeah.
put themselves back right,
You see this Eight of Pentacles. He's fixing this structure.
broken home,
Yeah.
right? Fixing that broken little, home, and all of the things that he values are in there. The things that he values are inside of that little broken down stone shed. So, or he's building it for the things he values. So I think what they think you're going to do is if they can fix this and rebuild your trust, because this could also be the trust, if they can work on their life and get their life right, I think they think that you will return. You'll come back. And I kind of agree with what they think.
Well, yeah, okay.
Because you got the strength card. So I think you're waiting to see if this person is going to get their life right. So again, context.
Yeah, I agree with that, but I also think that because you went through the Nine of Swords, it's like I have the strength to leave, but I also have the strength to stay
away. Yeah.
So, well, to stay, look, to come back to the situation. You know, I'm strong enough. But if it comes back down to it, I'm strong enough to leave as well.
Yeah, you could stand your ground. You could definitely stand your ground with this energy, with the strength card,
because it all depends on the person's it all depends on the person's behavior.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess and this is patience too. The strength card could be patience, so you could be just patiently waiting to see if they are going to change, because your headspace is asking. You're saying, are they changed? Have they changed? You know, have they really changed this time? Not just have they transformed their thoughts, or really, it's about rebirth. So I think you want to see this person really tackle whatever their demons are. You know what I mean?
But again, strength card comes after the devil.
Right.
And so what I want to say is just this line right here, for some reason, and this is your line, but it is coming across like the person wants to end. With the Death card, the Nine of Swords, and the Strength cards, like the person wants to end this habit. I see them going through withdrawals or some kind of rehab, and I see that they have the strength to get through it.
So let's just reverse it. Let's just say that
this can be. I'll just put.
This could be you. Let's just say that the person thinks you're. But it's not usually the. What do they think you are, spread? But let's just say it was you. Maybe you are a person who's watching this for an Aquarius, and this person has a habit. And so you're just, this is them. And then this is what you're thinking. Like, are they going to be able to cut this habit loose? And, I love this person, but, they keep on...
putting their own personal happiness.
And this person's like, I'm having a hard time with this. I'm having a hard time. And then also the strength card could be healing.
Yes.
So it can
That's what I'm saying.
Being strong and fighting off this habit. Because sometimes, not sometimes, the strength card does represent taming that inner beast.
Taming that beast,
so this could very well be you... As the person who's an Aquarius coming in, this might be the Aquarius you're interested in. This could be their line right here, and this could be what you're thinking. If they get their life right, if they start getting themselves together, we can be happy again. We can come back together. And this person's like, I have to get control of this. You understand? Because this is their heart space. It's causing them a tremendous amount of pain and struggle. Dealing with their own inner demons, still the same energy. It's going to take a lot for them to control this beast, but maybe they're doing it. Maybe they are changing. Maybe they're changing their mindset. So when we say, what do they think you think, and you feel like it can go both ways, then it absolutely can. You know what I mean? It absolutely can go both ways.
Because this is a hard one to distinguish whose energy is who.
Yeah, it was weird for us. It was usually,
and it could be that because the devil is so prominent there, that you're just codependent on each other, and that's why your energies is also mingled together.
Yeah, I had a distinct impression. Maybe at one point. Maybe you were involved with, not you. Maybe at one point you were. Let's just put it out there, because again, we talk about context. Maybe at one point. That's
not for everybody. Obviously, you would know if you were.
Right. So if it's not for you, you don't have to be confused. So it's just like, let's say if you were someone who had been involved with this when this person started, because I feel like this person's been on a downward spiral with this for a while. Maybe it was something that you did lightly and they just got heavy into it. You know what
maybe
I mean?
It was you who overcame it.
Yeah, and so the struggles that they're going through. But you overcame it and they didn't. It became this. Okay? Because the King of Pentacles next to the Devil card is not a good energy by any means. Okay? So that's just somebody who's ultra focused and stubborn next to a habit or some type of negative thing that they won't let go of. Okay, they're not letting go of that thing. That's the energy of the two of those two cards together. And especially with this, maybe they were trying to hide it from you with the Two of Pentacles here. It came up twice, so I do want to say the energy was like they were trying to balance this habit out with what their life was, but
it also could be they were trying to balance the money, because I could see the Five of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles, where they were doing a little
Money
juggling
loss.
with the little juggling with the finances.
Right.
You know, money was a little funny.
Yeah, money was funny. They were robbing Peter to pay Paul, and you probably was like, "What's going on here?" These are all of the things. These are all these swords that you may have been experiencing. Let's just put it like that. This was part of this cycle of sadness and despair and grief. There was a lot of grief that you had gone through over time. So this person, I think, if this is their line, just be I guess, a little grateful. They are trying to overcome this beast. They're trying to get control.
Trying to tame it.
They are trying to contain it. But look, with this being their heart space, my heart goes out to them. And I'm not just saying that. It really does. But my heart goes out to you, too. Let's be real. If this is you, this is a really hard place to be in. To love somebody so much and see them literally destroying themselves. So that's what we have to say about that. I don't think there's much advice there, except if you're deciding to be patient, because that's what you're doing. Also, you think that if they get their life right, you will decide to work on it. I see.
But I also see this King of Pentacles in this instance as maybe a counselor. Yeah. I know he could be, but I feel like it's coming. Shoulders up. I just feel like if there was advice, you said there's no advice, but my eyes automatically shot to the King of Pentacles.
Well, it's definitely stable energy. Whatever. Maybe a mentor would be more of a sponsor.
Yeah, sponsor maybe.
A sponsor. That's what I would say. If the cards we're talking about, what these could possibly mean, this could be a sponsor. That might be what this person needs. Somebody who's going to show them and actually direct them, day to day, and stand by them as like a mentor or sponsor. I could see that. Very 3D, So that's what we got for you, Aquarius. And for those who this resonated with, we hope it is a small few that it resonates with.
And it works out for you guys.
Yeah, we hope that it works out for you guys as well. And we hope it's just as few Aquariuses as possible. Okay, so for the next group, ready? Look at this cool thing we do. Boop.
Gemini.
Gemini. This is you. You can turn this one over.
I know. I'm just turning the first two. You can turn the three.
Yeah. Oh! I can turn this 3.
Well, if I move it closer,
that means 9
then
cards overall. Oh yeah, she's gonna shift the camera. She's right. Yeah. I'm just being a butt. Okay. Gemini.
Okay, so this is Gemini, and it's. Oh, what you
Gemini. Can you do that with like all vowels? Gemini. You can.
Probably.
You can, guys. You guys are like that.
So it's a Gemini starting at 2250.
Sorry, guys. We had a lot to say about Aquarius. Sorry, it was complicated. It's complicated.
And yours is not that much easier. So
it is okay. So theirs was complicated on. This is really hard to say, but we must deliver this message. Yours is complicated in a Facebook status. It's complicated. Post, right? What is that? Relationship status type of complicated, okay? So, Gemini, what we see in the way this person thinks that you think about them.
Oh, yes. You have the Hermit as your first card. You got... Oh, did I say what this reading was? This reading is what they think you think about them, Gemini.
And sometimes they are right about what you think. And sometimes they are wrong. We've had hysterical ones where they are absolutely wrong.
And we have one where they were pretty on the money.
Yeah. And
so let's see what yours is.
You guys are not exactly in sync, but some things they do know and some things they don't. Let's just put it that way. Okay, so with what they think you think. With the Hermit card here, the 10 of Cups, the Empress, and the Hierophant, they think that you are looking at their and with the 10 of Cups especially, happy life, happy wife, marriage, and you think that they're happy. You think that they have this perfect life, okay, a perfect life, or that they're in this happy relationship. You think they're a lot happier than they may be, but that's what you think, and I think that that's true. They do think that you're viewing their happy life and kind of maybe internalizing it with the Hermit card. There's a lot of cards in the tarot deck that
internalizing it, but it's also almost feel like it's romanticizing it as well, because remember the Hermit is led by the Star, and so the Star has a romantic quality about it.
I think it's almost like isolated. If you see this
Yeah,
energy
no, no,
next
no.
to this energy,
No, it is isolated, but if you look at the hermit, now imagine he's holding his lantern up. He's holding this star up.
don't mind me, guys. I have honeycombs, and they do not agree with me. Good gracious.
Anyway, I just feel like for me, it's he's looking. You're looking at it in a. They think you're looking at it in a romanticized way.
Yeah, they really do. Oh, and almost like on the outside. Like I said, there are many cards in the tarot deck that denote somebody looking in on somebody. Okay, well, obviously the one that's the most popular is the Page of Swords, somebody looking in at somebody. But there's lots of different ones you can look at that have people viewing things, right? Perspective. You got the Hangman.
For me, it's the Five of Pentacles. For some reason, that window always stands
Yeah,
out to me.
it can be the Five of Pentacles because sometimes it has to do with a look, not a looking glass, but like a prism. Sometimes it's just like being on the outside looking in. So there are cards.
Even sometimes the Nine of Pentacles too.
Yeah.
Because it has something to do with perspective.
Yeah. So you got the Hangman. You got quite a few. They chose this one. So this one is somebody who is looking at something, right? And they're choosing, to me, especially with this star, to internalize it, because that's what the Hermit does. They take the outer information and pull it in and kind of really parse it out and decide how they feel. So the reason they chose this card, especially next to this card, it makes me feel like, again, you're an outsider looking in on this relationship. Okay, so the context that we got from all the cards, not just this one, just so you can see if this is your situation, we got the context of somebody who is dating someone or with someone who is married. Someone who they knew was married when they met this person. Yeah, that's the context we're getting. And so,
and the reason we're getting that, just to be clear, we have the wife card with the Empress, and also we have the High Priestess, which can be construed as
what you're doing, right? So
yeah.
There's reasons. In position, this is head position. They've got this person looking in, and right next to it, you've got family, home. Well, you got home, wife, and marriage. Okay,
yeah.
This outside
home,
person,
wife,
right.
Happy life.
Right. This is all together, and then at the bottom of what's being done, you've got this mistress, you've got the wife. So there's contrasts here that we couldn't ignore. So we wanted to kind of like point out why we think that that's the context of what's going on here. So if this is a situation, then that's what we're talking about here. So then you've got the Ten of Wands as what you're actually thinking. And I think that they're right. You think
you're burdened
by your thoughts. Definitely. Yeah. You're burdened by what you perceive, what messages you're getting. Maybe you're looking at this person's pictures, or I don't know, hearing about them. I feel like these are messages you might be hearing about them from people you know, or mutual people. It's something like that. Like you're getting a whole bunch of messages about this, and what you've taken from that is it's very burdensome for you. And I think that it's burdensome for you because they're in a family situation, and we're kind of sensing that you're not.
Yeah, but even with that stained glass window, I want to say that it's something picturesque. Like they may take a lot of family photos, and it all appears on the surface to be perfect and beautiful.
But it's not. Well, we can't say if it is or isn't. There's something that we did discover as we were doing the cards, so we'll talk about that in a
Well, we discovered. Well, I can also see that the person is burdened, if that's the person's card,
right?
And this is yours. If the reading was vice versa,
right?
The person is saying, "Listen, it's not all, it's not all roses."
Right, because the Ten of Cups oftentimes comes to us as an illusion card, with the rainbow there. So what you're viewing through this prism, what you're viewing with the little star that you have, which is low light, is this beautiful illusion of the happy family, the beautiful wife, the perfect pristine marriage. Maybe they were married since high school. You understand what I mean? It has all the trimmings of the perfect relationship. And that's how you're viewing it. You think that this person is in a perfect relationship, or that they're in a relationship that they're happy in, or that they're happier than they are. Something about this makes you feel like this person is happier. Okay? Then they're saying that they are, or something like that. And that's a burden for you. Whatever messages that you're getting about this are very burdensome for you. It's hard for you to deal with, to take that on, especially when what we get to, we'll show you why in a moment. So what this person feels that, or thinks that you feel, okay? Because they can't know how you feel. They can only think they know how you feel. We got the Strength card, the Alchemist, the Ten of Wands, and the Moon.
Which, that's the Ten of Wands twice? No, that's...
The Ten of Wands twice.
Yeah? Oh, yeah, Ten of Wands twice.
It's the Ten of Wands twice. Yeah, with the Ten of Wands. Let me make sure. See, I did a little flippy thing, but I gotta make sure I did it right. Yeah, I did that.
You got it.
Yep. Okay, so with the Ten of Wands, the Strength card, the Alchemist, and then
So they might feel like that having
no, I did it wrong.
Did
Darn
it?
it. I knew it because we read this before. That's a cool thing. I'm so glad that I did that. Because otherwise, we would be a hot mess. Yeah, we when I turned it, I didn't put it in right. Okay, that's why. Okay, so what this person thinks, or that you, well, what this person feels that you, or they think that you feel. They feel like you feel like they are not doing enough to leave the situation behind. That's what they think. With the Strength card, it's like holding on. Alchemist is when somebody makes something happen, right? We've got the Ten of Wands with this burden. I think they don't think you're moving fast. Well, they think you don't think they're moving fast enough to break this.
Oh, they feel that. Oh,
yeah, they feel that.
They think you feel that. Okay.
You're like, you're not moving fast enough. And I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like you feel like that too. I'm going to pull this King of Wands up because I just want to show a visual of how this person looks like a person in a huff. You done heard with that sword in your hand.
And an arms crossed.
Right. Heard it all before. That's what you should sing. Or what he should sing. He probably would sing it like a opera singer. Heard it all. Okay, anyways. I got off of work earlier and I'm really tired. So bear with me, right? So, yeah, this king has heard it all before. I keep hearing that. Oh my God. Yeah, the King of Swords has heard everything that you're going to say. He already knows what you're going to say. He knows what you think. So, yeah, you taking the stance of whatever. You've heard whatever this person needs to say about why they haven't left this person already. And you're done with the BS. So that's what you look like, about tired.
Yeah,
again, mirroring your headspace, where you're just like, I'm done with this.
It's too much. Too much.
It is. It is
this
much too much.
It's like, this too much.
There's too much. She said merch. She didn't even say much. Merch. And with an R. Lady, she like, this too much.
Another guy.
No, it was an old lady.
No, it was a meme of a little guy.
No, it's
from. All right, forget.
Okay, don't worry.
Okay.
We
but it's a guy, and
you.
he says, "This too much."
You know, too much. There's an old lady says it too. There's a picture of her on the meme. She's like, "This too much."
I don't know that one. I don't know that meme.
All right, fine.
I seen the one with the guy. This too much. I don't know. Okay, never mind. That's what the king. Okay, get it together. Straighten up.
Sorry. It's good late. Okay.
Straighten up, flat right.
Yeah. So I think they don't think you're doing enough. Okay.
To leave this marriage.
You ain't putting enough effort.
Right.
You ain't putting enough work to leave. You playing. You holding on. You ain't really doing what you need to do to get out of this. Okay. Point blank. That's what they think you think, and that is what you think. You're full of BS. You keep telling me you're gonna leave this person. You're not gonna leave this person. And I do want to say, and I always say I hate to say something. I say it. Okay. I'm not even gonna say I hate to say it, but I'm gonna say it. Okay. This feels almost like a twin flame situation, and I don't like to say that it is, just especially with you being
we didn't
single.
Even say, with the Strength card and the Magician, they both have the infinity symbol, if you can see.
Right, and the Strength card can easily be a twin flame card because it's those two energies with the lemon escape right here,
and another one with the Alchemist, and they come out right next to each other, which tells me that.
And
oh, hold on, let me just say.
Okay, yeah,
that there's a soul tie, but there's two soul ties, if you can see. Soul contracts, soul ties to two different people. If you look at if the Hermit represents a person on the outside, and the Ten of Cups represents the family and the wife and all of that, you have soul contracts or soul ties with both these people.
Or they do.
It
depends on who it is, right?
Depending on who the reading is for. Who's it resonating for. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I forgot what I was going to say. It'll come back. I talk a lot. So, yeah, we feel like this could be a twin flame situation. I definitely do, and we both kind of agree. It's coming off as that, and also, if you look down, we're going to get to that, but I want you to see, with the Hierophant and the High Priestess right next to each other, I'll make them get a little more cozy. Get over there. There you go, girl. Literally, this is a spiritual connection. That is what we're saying. And I hate to say it. The reason I hate to say it is because it looks like you're single and this person isn't. So I don't ever want to encourage anybody to say they're in some type of spiritual connection with somebody who's in an entire family and has some contract or some bond. And when we talked about soul contracts earlier, just looking at this, you've got the alchemist looking up at the Ten of Cups and the Empress. So they have some type of soul contract with this person because maybe they always wanted a family with kids, the house. The beautiful rainbow was something that they always wanted. Before or during when they met you, we don't know what that situation is, but that's part of the soul contract. That's part of something that they have with this person. You see how you're looking at it and they got this beautiful image of everything's perfect. That was part of, I think, this partner's appeal to them, in a sense. It comes across like that's like the undertones there.
Well, what I want you to actually look at is the difference between this top row of their perfect life with the Ten of Cups, the Empress, and the Hierophant. And now look at the Hierophant here with the High Priestess and the Nine of Pentacles. Do you see the stark difference? The how bright and shiny and of course these are different cards, but to see the darkness in these cards.
And her big old moon butt. I was like, sheesh. Butt looks like a moon. A green moon. Do you think it's Venus? I don't have to ask. But it is she actually has a moon in her hand. This happened. She had a crescent moon in her hand. That was like a big old moon. Anyway, they were trying to be funny, I think. This lady has all kind of crazy things like my beautiful squirrel with some type of mask on his head. Anyways, they feel like that's how they feel. I pretty much think they're in agreement that you're done hearing what they have to say. You don't think they're doing enough, and I feel like you feel the same. Now, this is where it gets kind of wonky, I guess. All right, so we've got the Knight of Cups, the Hierophant again, the High Priestess, and the Nine of Pentacles. I think, first of all, the Hierophant came up down here as to what this person thinks you're going to do.
But this Hierophant twice shows me that this person is committed to the both of you.
Yes. 1.1. The second point, I think, is also it just shows to the strength of this spiritual commitment. This is that's why we said connection. There's a spiritual commitment / connection. Whatever connection.
So he may not be, have vows and paperwork, but he's committed to you just the same.
Right.
And you're committed to him.
Yeah, you might not be, and I don't know if you're in contact with this person or not. Let me just put it like this. But you're very skeptical from what you're seeing to what either they're saying to you. With the King of Swords, you're being really analytical and you're just like ripping everything that they say to shreds. Maybe everything that they've said to you, any promises that they made. Again, with this burden card, the messages. Maybe y'all aren't together right now.
Or maybe those burdens are them telling you that they're going to get out of the relationship.
It could be. I mean, with this one, it doesn't say distinctly. I'm not getting the impression either that you are or you aren't with them. But the only reason I said you might not be is because you're getting all your messages and you're the person on the outside. So that's why I feel almost like I don't know. You might be with them though. You might be with them, you might not be. But if you aren't, a lot of this burden comes from being the person on the outside looking in and viewing, you getting a skewed view of what's going on, whether it's through mutual people or messages or their social platforms or whatever, If you are with this person and you're getting like these messages, it's because of what they're telling you. Because the King of Swords is definitely, it could be both. Maybe you are communicating with them and they're telling you things that are different than what you're seeing. Okay? That's why you have your arms up. You're like, this doesn't make any sense. Now, down here, with what they think you're going to do, or are doing, or will do. Knight of Cups, the Hierophant, and I know we went through this again, High Priestess, but the Nine of Pentacles was the card that really kind of gave us pause. When I said wonky, I didn't mean weird. I meant this is where it kind of gets different, because I do feel like I want to give advice. I won't, but I want to. All right, so the Nine of Pentacles with the High Priestess. Yes, this speaks to a spiritual connection. Yes, this speaks to maybe a soulmate or twin flame connection. I think they think that you're gonna, because you guys have this spiritual connection and
you
love them, and you've been clear that you love them. That's why the Knight of Cups is here. You told them that you love them. I think you also told them you were gonna wait for them with the Nine of Pentacles, and that speaks again to your burden. The burden is watching this all play out.
And then I want to say with the Ten of Wands, with the burden, you got the burden twice. So I feel like the onus is on you, so to speak. Like he puts that burden on himself.
Yes. Yes.
Nobody puts the burden on the
Yes.
Ten of Wands
This is
guy.
a
He
person
does
who
it
thinks
on
they're
himself.
strong enough to handle all of that. He takes these burdens on. Obviously, he thinks he can carry them. So, if there was advice, you can drop these burdens if it
Anytime you please.
anytime you want to. You don't have to carry this. You don't have to be the one who's sitting. Do you see this Nine of Pentacles? Is usually depicted as a woman who's in a garden, and she's in
And
a
very
garden.
happy, and
Right.
you know.
But again, we get the sense of somebody who's on the outside looking in, instead of she's in a great place that she's happy with. This person is miserable. Okay? She's on the outside of the fence. She's just one pentacle shy of what will actually make her happy, is what I'm saying. You haven't gotten your Ten of Pentacles, your stability, your Ten of Cups, or what have you. You haven't gotten that. So this is what they think you're going to do. They think you're going to sit and wait. Okay? Now here's what you're going to do. I think you're going to wait. Or you're trying to figure out if you will or you won't. Let's just put it like that. Temperance is like the alchemist, but instead of using other people's magic, they make
Elemental magic.
Yeah, so instead of instead of pulling a rabbit out of a hat, it's not a trick, right? Or sawing a lady in half. It's magical, it's kind of wow. The temperance card is more like baking a cake. There's a certain amount of magic in that, taking all these different things together and creating something new. So maybe you're trying to figure out ways to keep yourself content while this person gets out of this relationship eventually. I don't think you're done yet. I think you're close to being done. You got the Ten of Wands, but you're still carrying them. They ain't on the floor.
Well, I think what happens is you're not naive.
Yes.
So if you choose to wait, then you wait.
Right.
And if you choose to go, then you go.
Right. But you're in between. You're in an in-between state right now. Right now, you're just pouring the milk in with the eggs. Do you understand? You're still trying to decide what you're going to do. You know, whether you're the Gemini waiting for this person or you're the person waiting for this Gemini. This is everything now. You're still deciding how this is going to all pan out, what this is going to turn into. I think this burden has become especially hard for you, watching all this play out, and it's starting to bend your back. So again, the message is you can drop this whenever you're ready to, because you are kind of fed up in your heart with all of the lies of the BS. But you still haven't made any foot moves. I don't think your feet are ready yet. Maybe they're still working on the
But your back is towards this.
Your back is towards this.
And it's towards the sun, which is your own personal happiness.
Yes, so. You are facing the sun and flowers, which have to do with hope. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're trying to figure out how to move those feet. Maybe that's what you're at. And your emotions are very heavily involved in whether or not these feet are going to move. So you're still in the processes and the stages of letting go. But your feet are in the water and on the ground, which is a good thing. You both know what this is about, but your heart is still there. Let's just put it that way, okay? Right now, you're in a very in-between state as to how you're going to do this or what you're going to do. But the advice is there with the Ten of Wands. If they get too heavy, then drop them. All right, so the next one. Libra.
Libra. Yay, Libra.
Libra, 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 Libra. You lovely Libras. High Priestess, you're getting covered. Libra, as the lightness you are, bringing all kind of lightness to the spread.
I'm making a mess, so I'm just gonna let you do it.
You kind of did it. You kind of did it right.
No, I
see
did
the
it
moon
right,
was
but...
theirs. That's why I knew. I was like, they got the moon twice. Let's see, the Libra's got the moon twice. There's some deep emotional stuff going on. No, it's not. Some really sweet stuff going on for you guys.
You had such a sweet reading, Libra.
You got the sweetest little reading. I was like, where did this come from? What are they doing? What are they doing to our cards? Where do you get sweet readings? Okay, so Libra. There you are. Oh, that's right. There she is. No, she's not. It was this one. Darn it. You know, it's so funny. I'll tell you why in a minute, okay? Just you'll laugh. You probably won't,
but no, I've noticed that the cards underneath feed off the top ones too.
They do, and that's crazy. That's not okay. Libra, there is your spread. You got the Page of Pentacles twice, and you got the Moon twice. So if I didn't see that, I knew it wasn't your spread. But you got some. The reason why we said there's a joke in this. We looked at your cards, and pregnancy kind of jumped out, even though the Empress was not on the board. Okay? pregnancy jumped out. Something about this spread says somebody is having some kind of especially because everybody's holding that pentacle real close to their belly and right next to that mother card, which the Queen of
Yes.
Cups is the mother
And
of
she's
the
actually
zodiac.
in this one, has her hand across her belly.
Yeah, there is something about this. There was celebration. There was some wand stuff going on. Some intimacy.
Yeah.
Somebody had some beans that they wanted to spill, but they weren't telling. And somebody's
It's
going to spill the
bursting
beans.
up.
Somebody bursting at the seams to spill the beans. Some type of news that was exciting to them. So here's your spread, Libra. And because it was so sweet, it actually was kind of quick.
Yeah, it's going to go quick.
It's going to go quick, unfortunately. Sorry, we can only dwell on problems. And so, with the Page of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Four of Pentacles, your partner thinks that you think that they are not happy enough about this big thing, that they holding back their excitement, right?
Well, I wouldn't say that we actually disagreed on this part, but go ahead.
Yeah, so I saw with the Four of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, and then the Page of Pentacles, again holding that pentacle. This was some kind of great news. That came to me with the page next to the ace, right? With the Ten of Pentacles, it was something that had to do with legacy. This is the reason why we're getting the idea that there's pregnancy involved here. But somebody wasn't telling. Somebody either wasn't telling or wasn't sharing. And I almost looked like this wand was a firecracker. So you feel like this person is not telling or not holding back their happiness about this or their excitement.
But they are actually bursting at the seams.
Right.
They're ready to scream from the rooftop.
Right. They might, you might be, or they might be, whoever this is, right?
Right.
Is busting at the seams. Yes. Just as happy as could be. Just as happy as a firecracker.
So, but if you are not pregnant, what I see, same pregnancy, same deal with this, but somebody might think that you're not ready to start a family yet. And if that's the case, with this Tower card as what you're actually thinking, you are ready.
So I'm thinking about baby bacon. She's thinking about baby making.
Right.
Yes, so that's the difference.
Well, I'm a Scorpio. We're always thinking about making.
I'm always thinking about baby. Well, Tauruses, we are baby bakers, okay? But we're baby makers too. We got to make the baby to bake the baby. So that's why we have Scorpios are opposite, because they got to help us to make the baby so we can bake the baby. But we like baby baking and making as much as baking. But yeah, she's talking about one aspect of it, and we're talking. It's literally.
But it's the same story, yeah.
Yeah, it still has to do with babies. It's still there, okay. So somebody's busting at the seams if it's baby making to make that baby. But if it's baby baking, somebody feels like somebody's not happy enough about this exciting news. But the thing is, they are. You are, or they are, depending on who's the person that represents this line over here. Okay. So with the Temperance card, the Nine of Wands, the Three of Cups, the Moon. I keep getting again, deep, something deep. This is the guarded card with the Nine of Wands. Obviously something worthy of celebration being held back at bay by either it being a secret with the Moon card here and then guarding the secret. The Temperance card is just having, you think the person has mixed emotions about it. And that's why they're keeping it a secret. What you think is joyous news, okay? I don't think that's what they're doing.
I think what they're doing is trying to figure out what they're supposed to be doing.
Right, with the Eight of Pentacles here. They're working on a strategy. This is like, okay, well, how do I, let me get mastery of this. Let me figure out how this works, right? Because he does the same thing over and over again, trying to figure out how to, if it's baby making, you guys are making babies,
right? Well, you're making
keep on
babies,
perfecting it until it happens. You see all of that plasma
with the expressed idea of making babies, not just
making pancakes.
It's not a accident. It won't be a happy accident.
I mean,
they'll be no. I mean, but this is them actively working.
They'll be thrilled. Yeah.
No, I'm just saying with the 8, they're actively working on making a baby.
You guys got schedules,
not just the
plans,
act.
dates. You
right.
guys got like toys and all kinds of. He's a worker.
And you might even have a doctor, because I see with the Temperance card, I feel it could that you have a doctor. Somewhere.
Yeah, it could be something about some type of medical professional, or even maybe family planning.
Yeah, something could be holistic even.
Yeah, with the Temperance card, I could definitely see that. But if it's baby making, if it's baby baking. Baby sitting in there.
Meaning you have the bun already in the oven.
Yes. Well, if you don't know what baking is, I don't know what to tell you.
We'll just clarify, because not everybody
likes baking.
is American. and know the phrase.
Ah, okay. So, baby baking. ing, not bacon. Baby baking. As opposed to baby making. ing. making. Not making. macon. I don't know if that helped.
No, it didn't.
Okay, so yeah, so maybe you're doing something holistic in order to get pregnant. But I think again, if it's baby baking with a G,
meaning you're already pregnant.
yes, I think this person thinks that you are not showing how happy that you are, or maybe you're. I don't think they think you're very happy at all. With the Temperance card, because this is somebody again, kind of with her. Usually it's water and fire, but it's water and water in this one. So she's just kind of, I don't know how I feel. I feel good. I don't feel good. So she's taking hot water and cold water, and maybe coming up with something lukewarm. I don't think they think you're.
I mean, it
happy
could be
enough.
that if you are attempting to make a baby, it could be your thermometer, a test, isn't it? Didn't have to use the thermometer to make sure the temperature is just right.
Yeah.
So it could be that.
Now, if you're baking the baby, this person thinks your whole attitude about it is really lukewarm. You kind of keeping yourself real quiet about how you feel, but they don't think you feel that great about it, or they think that you don't think they feel that great about it. Real talk. Okay, but the truth is, what you're really doing is you're like, how do we make? What do I know, right? That I can use to.
Yeah. I mean, you might be feeling like, oh, I gotta
take CPR.
Yeah, I gotta. Yeah.
Pause. I mean, this is what
put the crib together. And
yes.
What's the little room?
Right.
The nursery. Yeah.
Right. That's what this person is about. They're about business. And that's the kind of person you want when you're baking a baby. Not when you're making a baby, because that's boring. But when you're baking a baby, this is the guy you want on your team. Your nursery is going to be fabulous and super safe. Okay, so what they think you're going to do, Libra, or what you think they're going to do. The Moon, the Queen of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, the Fool. This one, again, I keep getting the deep. See this queen? She's got a cup held over. So maybe the person who's pregnant is the person who doesn't seem happy enough, and maybe that's what's causing this person some type of concern. Maybe the person who's baking the baby is the one who seems kind of cool about it. You know what I mean? That could be you, Libra. It could be the person who's interested in you. In this case, let's just say the mother is the one who doesn't seem to happy about it. But again, their mindset is more so maybe they were surprised.
I think it's more about the news that they're not happy about spreading the news.
Maybe they want to keep it private, because remember, in their headspace, the headspace had the Four of Pentacles. Again, there's a reason why the cards choose what they choose, and so this is somebody keeping something back.
But it also could be maybe because in the heart space, maybe you had trouble making the baby and you don't want to say it too early.
Yep, or it's private. I get a sense of privacy with the Moon. Secrecy, privacy. Not in a negative way. But again, she has a cup. But her hand is over that cup. She's making a conscious decision to keep whatever emotion she feels to herself and quiet. I think because if you see here, this is somebody who's a student. I think, to me, if this is...
Yeah, maybe they're learning their new roles.
Right.
What to do in their new role.
Right. And, well, this is what the person thinks anyway. They think that you're too cool about it. You too cool. You cool as a cucumber, Libra, or person who's interested in Libra. And you ain't excited enough. You're not ready to jump off a cliff. But in actuality, you are. The person, whoever this person is, which it most likely is you, but it could be the other person, you are excited. Look at the dream. You're sitting there with your child on your lap, spinning your hair into yarn, and another child. Maybe you hope that there's more than one. Maybe that's part of the thing you're learning or finding out about. But I think it's more so that it's an inner glow. It's an inner glow. This is with the Moon card here and the Sun. I think that it's a contentment. You know what I mean? Maybe you're just kind of processing it. I just keep getting processing.
Yeah, that's what it is.
The
that's
word is processing. Yes, because
that's
what's
what
the word?
That Eight of Pentacles is processing.
Processing it. This person was surprised when they found out. That's why the tower's up here. Okay, whoever they are.
And then they processing with
and
the
they
eight.
Are processing it.
And now the joy comes.
Right. So what they're
it's
doing
like
about
a slow
it is they're
burn.
marinating. Yes.
Yeah, it's like a slow burn.
There we go. You just marinating on it. You just see how she's sitting and she's content and she's kind of sitting in her little piece, warm in the sun, basking. This person is processing this information.
Right.
Whoever the
So
person
it's not
is,
that they're not happy; they're just
right?
processing.
They're just processing it from the head, heart, and the feet. It just basically gives me a sense that there was a surprise. Now they're like, okay, well, what do I do with this surprise? And they're just kind of letting it sit to see how they feel. No, they're not jumping off a cliff.
Simmering.
They're simmering, yes.
Yes,
They're not jumping off a cliff. And you don't think they are. You don't think they're excited enough. That's what I keep getting over. You're not excited enough. You're not happy enough. You're not involved enough. You know what I mean? But they are. But they're doing it in their way. The moon is here because it's a very quiet, and the Four of Pentacles, the way that they're processing it is very internal. It's a contentment as they figure out what this new role is going to be. So that's what we got for you, Libra. Thank you guys so much for giving us a very cool and not cool. Actually, it's really hot. A really
It's
hot
sweet.
and
It's
sweet.
sweet.
It's
Yeah.
hot too. With baby baking and
Oh
making.
wait, we were saying if we're baby making for the last line.
What do you mean?
If they're making the baby.
They don't think maybe that you want to do it. I don't think that they think you're either eager to make this to have this. Like maybe they don't think you want to have kids. I mean,
Yeah, but you do. Because you got the son.
You do. It's
And if
just-
you don't, you're gonna shed some light on the subject. You're not gonna leave them in the dark.
It's so funny. People are like baby making. I can't be listening to that. They're trying to jinx me. I do hate when I get a Taurus and they're like, "There's babies involved." I'm like, girl. Every time you see the Empress, there's babies involved.
Well, there's no
I mean,
Empress
our
here,
card
and
is
we
the
still
Empress.
see.
We didn't see the Empress, so when I say we got babies, we got it very strongly. I just like, it kind of sucks sometimes being a Taurus because with the Empress card, either you're the mother or the wife, but usually you're the mother. And I'm like, yeah, we can't all be mothers, so. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I just got to tell you that the reason we're doing lives is not because we so much want a million people on. It's because it makes it so much easier to upload to YouTube. So if you have something that's great, chime in. That's cool. But we just want to make sure that we get your readings out.
Last time uploads were crazy. We couldn't even make them all.
We couldn't even. Well, we couldn't even. Well, they're there.
We just couldn't upload them.
We couldn't. It was when I say it was the feet of Hercules. You had to be a Greek god to have the patience, the strength needed to upload these videos. And though I love all of you guys, I can't do that again. I can't want that. So
if you like this video,
like,
share,
and
subscribe.
I think I was like, she wants me to say like. I did that. It took a second. Like I said, we work and we are business owners, and so if we come across wonky in the evening, just know that it is because we're tired.
All right.
So thank you guys.